next scene. Jesus heard that they had cast him out of the synagogue, and what did he do? He finds the guy, and he says to him, and this is so important, this is when it gets intimate, this is when it gets personal, this is when it gets just between Jesus and the guy. And he finds the guy, and he says this, "Do you believe in the Son of Man?" And the guy goes, "Who is he? I mean, I think I'm talking to him. The voice sounds familiar. I think this is the guy that absolutely healed me, that gave me sight. Who is he? Tell me who he is so that I can believe." And Jesus says, "You have seen him now." Because remember, he just heard him before. You have seen him with your own eyes now. And in fact, it is he who is speaking to you. And the guy says, "Yes, Lord," this is amazing. "Yes, Lord, I believe." And he worships Jesus. Absolutely he does. And then Jesus turns and does this amazing little time of teaching. And he says this, "I have come into the world for judgment, that those who are blind, i.e. spiritually needy, i.e. needing light of the world, i.e. needing revelation, people who are absolutely humble and trusting and wanting to put aside their worldview and wanting to put aside their terms and come to me the way I say to come to me. I'm here so that the blind will see, and the ones that see, i.e. you people who claim you have revelation and you know what God is and you've given all these rules and regulations that you're about religion, and that the ones that are see would be blind, that you would not have revelation, that you would not know me." And there were some Pharisees that were traveling along with him, and he says, and one of the Pharisees says this, "What? Are you saying that we're blind?" And he says this, "If you had become blind, you would have no guilt, but because you claim that you see, your guilt remains." End of story. Now, some people sometimes ask me, "Brian, do you doubt? I mean, do you have doubts? I mean, you stand up here and you confidently talk about things that are undeniable and things that are unexplainable. And, but the fact is, Brian, you have all kinds of conversations with people, and you're right in the middle of people's junk. And, you're right in the middle of tragedy and all these hard things going on in people's lives. And people don't call pastors because they're just checking in and hope you have a good day, right? And so, Brian, you work at the church and you're kind of this guy. Do you ever doubt?" And sometimes if I'm at a Starbucks or sitting with somebody, sometimes I kind of look around like, "Just let me ask you, do you doubt?" And the answer is absolutely I doubt. Yes, I doubt. And I have doubts bigger than your doubts because a lot of things I've already been exposed to, and I'm already further down the road with bigger doubts that would just totally wipe some people's faith out. And you know what I've come to realize? I doubt when my focus gets on the unexplainable versus the undeniable. When my focus gets on all the questions of how God won't act the way I want him to, or how a conversation's hard, or this hard thing's going on in somebody's life, and I really would like to understand why God does what he does, and when he's going to answer a prayer, and those kinds of things. But my faith is what it needs to be, and I go with God to the next level when I focus on the undeniable, what God has shown me in his word, and the experience I've had, and how he's been faithful in my life, and certain milestones and key events and things that I know for certain, for sure. This is who God is, and this is how he works, and it's undeniable. Go with the undeniable. Opt for the undeniable. And you know what? In my life as well as in yours, the truth is I live mostly in the undeniable realm, right? There is an explanation for a 90 to 95 mile an hour fastball, right? Maybe somebody's just never figured it out yet, but there is an explanation for it. And there is an explanation for a lot of things that are undeniable in life. And even if you don't understand how it works, or you don't understand the reason why, and you can't explain it, you know what? Go